Dun dun do 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 do. Dun dun do 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 do. Sully, just call me Sully of the morning. Sully, waking up early to make the food for the people. Sully, just call me Sully of the morning. Sully, then slowly get to work. It's 5:11 a.m. in the morning. Unhoused people sleeping in the blind alley. It's about 65 degrees Fahrenheit. You see how I looked around that corner first? You gotta. Apparently, since there's a service disruption further on down the track that has nothing to do with this section, they've decided to release the trains like 10 to 15 minutes later. Like, tell me how that makes sense. I've been asking the MBTA, but you know, they really pick and choose the specialness of people when answering their heeds. Oh, this guy makes too much sense. Why are we doing that? Shut up! The trains are sleepy. They need to hit the snooze button. Asshole. Welcome to Live and Learn, the gratitude show here at my channel. We start off our day with gratitude and also some proper patriotism and nationalism. The good kind, the benign kind, the patriotic kind. Be proud of our nation. I am. I love America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Let's get it on. So, anything happened last night? This is the Gratitude Show, and I wake up 3:37 a.m. daily, Monday through Friday. I take the first train into work. But I wake up with gratitude in my heart. I reformatted my heart, mind, and soul to be to accept, receive, and emit gratitude. Not omit, but emit. That's right. I start off my day with a gratitude list. I start off that list with what I refer to as the Foundation 8. And from there, I build on that list and I elaborate on that list. And it's just given me a lot more purpose, a lot more perspective. It's kind of quieted my inner turmoil and the self-doubt and the negative self-talk. I never thought that was possible, but it did. It happened to me. And I am grateful. And first things are first. Let's T-Pass, Charlie Card, Coffee. This is how you talk local in Boston. What? Invalid card? Wait a second. That's not cool. What are you talking about, invalid card? See, that one works. What did I get? I've been canceled on Twitter. They even hacked my T-Pass for having a untoward and unmutual opinions. I am grateful and blessed for my family, my friends, my faith, my freedom, my health, my union job, a good night's sleep, and a solid breakfast. And from there, I elaborate, I expound, and I expand. 11 minutes until the next train. Are you fucking kidding me? Seriously. Let's just make sure that it's a safe space down here. If they're, don't want to be interrupting somebody's slumber. The subway can be a haven for the unhoused population here in our blue state, in our blue cities. Oh yeah. Oh boy, but I am grateful and blessed for my family, my friends, my faith, my freedom, my health, my union job, a good night's sleep, and a solid breakfast. I haven't had my solid breakfast yet because my rice cakes expired. They were past the expiration date. I opened up the package and I'm like, it didn't pass the smell check. No, they smelled fine. But they were just like, they weren't crispy. They were just like, you could tell when you gotta use your senses. You have to use your sense. I'm not appealing to common sense because you can't really appeal to common sense anymore. That's been shattered. There is no such thing as common sense. That would take concord. That would take upon agreeing upon standards. But I got a decent night's sleep. I did. I had to run errands after work. I had to go down to Quincy, get the mail. Pick up the mortgage. So I can mail it off. Today. Before the holiday weekend, so it doesn't get there late. And it's important to me. Make sure all the bills are paid at my mom's condo that I'm in control of, and then slowly, just the transition of power will be peaceful. It is. So I got to see my stepdad for like 2 seconds yesterday, literally. And so I get out at the train station, swing by my comic book shop real quick. It didn't take less. I was in there less than 10 minutes. Pick up my pull list. And, of course, I grabbed the foil copy of Absolute Superman #1. And then I walked home, and my stepdad was like, he was taking a snooze. So I kind of, woke him up, and he was just like, I had time for a hug and a kiss and just to say, here's your hat. One of my mom's favorite sayings was like, oh, here's your hat. What's your hurry? She's a card. I'm just an acorn to that family tree. So buttons, as Mo says. I was, I just popped in real quick to grab some mail, and then I documented it on YouTube here yesterday. I went from a bus to a literal train, the commuter rail, to the subway, to a trolley to get home. And I got home at 6 o'clock, which is usually sometimes when I'm really tired, that's when I give myself permission to go to bed early. My bedtime is 7:30 p.m. I get home, take a shower, read a couple of new comic books. I don't even have any snack food, which is kind of a blessing in disguise, because I am struggling with my weight, or the idea of it. And hopefully, I think I was asleep by 8 p.m. And I pretty much slept straight through. I don't remember getting up to pee all night. I had a decent chunk of sleep, which is amazing. I mean, lots of people struggle with sleep. I hear you. I did too for years. I used to have to drink myself to sleep every night. And like a 6-pack of Miller Lite, tall boys, 16 ounces. Yeah, dude. And I broke that habit, thankfully, with my doctor's help. And I'm so grateful and blessed for my doctor's office, my outreach, my ability to be able to ask for help, the wisdom it takes to be able to evaluate yourself and say, hey, I need help. And I did. And I took lockdown 2020 and our work furloughs. I took that as an opportunity to self-improve. So I stopped drinking because I was thinking, what am I going to do? Drink every day during lockdown? No, I aggressively counted calories and kept myself in motion and did power walking every day. I lost 60 pounds, close to 57 pounds. I went from 220 pounds and a 42 waist to 157 pounds and a 30-inch waist and a medium t-shirt. I gained back most of that weight because I don't go to the gym. I'm not a gym person. It's just not, I'm not comfortable in a gym. I've never been, well, you should really expand your horizons and do things that are uncomfortable and to get through those boundaries. And I like to eat. It makes me happy. I'm a chef. I make good food. Oh my goodness. Fucking tea. There's no reason for this. Oh, we have a reason. We just, the trains need 10 more minutes sleep. Don't you? And they didn't post it in a conspicuous place. I mean, you literally had to access. I found it. It's like, oh wow, the train arrives at 5:26 a.m. at Davis, and I had to do that by going into the trip planner part of the subway app. And it says too, on the schedule, the printed schedule or the published schedule, first train leaves at 5:15 a.m. But overall, I am grateful and blessed for public transportation. Seriously. I mean, I've never owned a car. I'm 52 years old in 2 weeks. Never owned a car. I have a license. I can drive. I drive so infrequently, it takes me about 10 or 15 minutes to remind myself. I love to fucking drive, But, I mean, that's just the shape of my life. I'm a pedestrian. You're so pedestrian, Sally. Yes, I am. Oh boy, but yeah, I haven't had my breakfast yet. But
The first Get White train is scheduled to arrive at 6:10.
No justice, no peas. They can't send a train from halfway, from some midway point, in the system to well, there's probably not a lot of foot traffic coming in this way. It's kind of weird, oh, Boston, you're a world-class city. Motherfucker, you don't have a fucking subway train coming until 6 in the morning? And that's going the other way, that's going northbound. So when I'm talking about, that 5:15 train that gets here, that you see daily, the thing at 5:17, 5:18 a.m., that's the first train of the day, going southbound. That's where I'm going, South Shore. Down here. God's country. See, we used to have this joke in the projects here. See, Andrew Square, JFK, UMass, that's where I grew up. South Boston, Massachusetts. Now, when people from Southie, make it and move out, and can actually move out of Southie, they usually go to Weymouth, which is on the South Shore, down here. But if you're from the projects and you're lucky, you make it to Braintree or Quincy. And that's what happened to me. Well, no, I unfortunately lost my mom to cancer, and I'd rather have my mom. That's the shape of life, though. That is, how things go. One day I'll join her in the afterlife. I will. Yeah. Won't we all? Unless you're a vampire. Or you're one of the immortal gods hiding out in physical form here on the immortal plane. Ah, boy. My baby takes the morning train. He works from 9 to 5 and then he takes another home again to find me waiting for him. See, that was sung by Sheena Easton in the early 1980s. I'm not saying anything about anything. 1 minute! See, it's 5:26 already. You know, we could have left a little later, but I mean, what if Monday they didn't do this? Monday they said that, and the first train came on time. They're fucking with us on purpose. This is a vulgar display of power and a sheer abuse of it. Here comes the train. And how are you doing today? Happy Thursday. I'm sorry if your horse didn't win the Derby there, and that is not a joke about Kamala Harris's face. Nay. Oh, horse feathers. I am grateful and blessed, though. I mean, wow, talk about the American system of checks and balances. Seriously, that's called self-correction. Democrats had way too much power and it went to their heads. They actually believe that not only everyone should be compelled to think the way they think. Probably Republicans think the same way. You know, I got no nothing to say really about that.
Next stop, Porter Square.
Yeah, so service is suspended between North Quincy and Broadway. So this chunk, these miles of rail have been suspended. So therefore, a train leaving in here has to leave 10 to 12 minutes late. Sully on the MBTA. Well, he'll never return, no, he'll never return, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever neath the streets of Boston, he's the man who never returned. Sully handed his ticket at the Davis Square station, and he changed for the Kendall MIT. When the train arrived, the conductor said one more nickel, so they couldn't get off of that train. No, he'll never return, no, he'll never return, and his fate is still unlearned. Crime and scandal, he may ride forever neath the streets of Boston, he's the man that never returned. Ticky. That's an old song called Charlie on the MTA. It's a good song. It's about taking the subway to work, and then the fare increases, and how unfair they are. Get it?
Broadway.
Boy, oh boy. Going to work Thursday. One more day till the weekend, a long weekend. We've got Memorial Day weekend. Remember, Memorial Day and Veterans Day are two separate intentions. Veterans Day is to honor the living and the past, sure. But Memorial Day specifically, it's called Remembrance Day in Canada, the UK. It's about the Treaty of Versailles. Got signed in 1918 on that day, on November 11th, and it was the end of World War I, where it was the level of destruction, the cost of life, and the change from pastoral Europe into industrial Europe, a pastoral West into an industrial West, that's where, and it's clearly, and it's a huge metaphor, an allegory. It's a huge metaphor of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings trilogy. That's just a lot to unpack there. How World War I damaged the earth and its people and its culture. The raising of the Shire, which was not included in the Peter Jackson movie. I think it's time for me to read those books. I've never read all three of them. I've got 3 credits on Audible, and I think it's time that I read. I tried reading The Hobbit once, and it bored me. I read The Children of Húrin. It was read to me by Sir Christopher Lee, with his dulcet tones and diction that is unique to this individual. I love that. I love Christopher Lee. Who doesn't? Van Helsing, that's who. But yeah, Memorial Day is next Monday, so
Entering Harvard Square.
that's what we got, a 3-day weekend. That's nice. Oh boy.
Broadway.
What should I get to eat today? I'm trying to avoid
No smoking.
carbs as much as I can, but that takes a lot of effort. Plus, it's like, I want a sandwich. I like sandwiches. I like double cheeseburgers. Oh, double cheeseburgers. Donuts. Oh, chicken broccoli Alfredo and
Next
penny
stop, Central
pasta.
Square.
Oh, what, was I drooling again? Will we have apolitically incorrect Friday tomorrow? You darn tootin' we will. We got a lot to talk about, or not talk about, because I don't give a shit about politics. Am I pleased with? That's hard to say, because I'm chicken shit. I don't want to lose any friends I have on either side. I mean, it's like, yes, Democrats scared the shit out of me, especially because it's not bad. It's bad enough that they're completely, they're not completely woke. It's a terrible thing to say. You're appropriating someone's language. Words change. Words are elastic. You know what I mean? Jeez. It's just a 4-letter word. It is. And it succinctly describes a feeling, a theme, a movement. And it cuts to the chase quicker than saying, you can say woke, or you can say academic postmodernism with intersectional critical theories. Not typical. A 4-letter word that distills that, or you can use all that jargon and try to talk over someone's head, and now think you're highfalutin. Because most people don't understand what academic postmodernism with intersectional critical theories is. But that is woke. That is what you consider woke, not what like some people. Oh, what does that really mean, huh? Why is it woke? I'm woke as fuck. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Don't at me, bro. Don't at me, bro. Get it? That's a social media joke. I'm full of puns. Full of shit, too. No, it's like, we know what to expect from a Trump presidency. You have the whole unity thing. I mean, you got Tulsi Gabbard, you got Nicole Shanahan, you got Robert Kennedy Jr. I mean, they have a place at the table. I mean, and that, you have a show like ABC's The View. It's literally hysterics. And hysteria. That means hysteria is like hysterotomy. It's hyster. It's like one of the Greek prefixes, like gyno. That means women stuff. So hysteria literally means when women go crazy. Whatever it is, over emotional, over depressive. the mood swings. Their bodies are in tune with the moon. Historically speaking, typically speaking. Remember, I'm just a high school graduate. I mean, I grew up in a house full of women. I agree with that.
The destination of this train is Broadway.
And but the view is literally hysterical, and it's one point of view from one side of the aisle. They quite literally abuse their platform daily. Yeah, they do. Oh, it's all Elon Musk's fault for spreading misinformation. Really? Seriously? This is why you lost the election, kids. Sorry. I don't think that. I think that Democrats might not possess the self-awareness to self-correct and be like, "What did we do wrong? How did we turn America against us? It wasn't us turning against the other half of America." No, I mean, geez, it's just like, gosh, this shit gives me anxiety just fucking talking about it. Because you will be held, your ideas and your words will be held against you by your moral betters or something like that. But we'll talk more about it tomorrow. We have a better view of like, hey, wow, the Republicans have the presidency, the Republicans have the Senate, and will the Republicans get the House of Representatives? And it looks like it will. But we'll have a clearer picture tomorrow. If so, if it doesn't take weeks for us to count all the ballots, which traditionally, typically, it was a one-night process. I mean, candidate Harris has already conceded. President-elect Trump has so far 277 electoral votes, and you need 270. So, welcome to the second Trump administration. We should be wishing them luck. I mean, and any of those actors and celebrities that were threatening to move or self-harm, I mean, I wouldn't encourage self-harm, but what an entitled, snitty, pompous, puerile attitude to have, that you would give up on all of those people that you told how to vote because things didn't go your way. I just keep coming back to a personal metaphor. I'll get into it more tomorrow. My big bad breakup of my adult life, and that was so long ago too. But it frames how I feel about these political things. You know, I'll have more opportunity because we got to wrap this thing up. So I can empathize with Democrats at this time. I can actually empathize and feel for those kids on TikTok with the nose rings and the blue hair, and they're all screaming because I didn't get my way. I know, huh? That's how you come off. That's how you look. That's how you sound, and that's literally how you're acting and behaving. Ha. Alrighty, there we go. Let's get to it. It's 5:39, so technically we're about 8 to 9 minutes behind. Alrighty. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. It's Thursday. I remain grateful and blessed, and I want to pay this forward and suggest that anyone like me who suffers from the chronic mopies, the chronic angries, and the chronic lonelies, which I have all my life. And I found a way out of that, and it was through gratitude, making a gratitude list. Looking at my old gratitude lists on bad days when the moments go sideways had this amazing ability to stop the inertia of those bad thoughts and moments. It gave me a neutral space where I can make a new choice, where I could choose to have a better day. I could choose to continue my shitty day, but that's a conscious choice. And I choose freedom. I choose happiness. I choose bliss. And I just want to pay that forward. It could help you like it helps me. It's the latter that's going to help you climb out of the the despair pit of self-disrespect and bad self-talk, to reformat your self-talk to something helpful that asks questions such as, how does this help? And you need to run your anger, or your anger will run you. You know, I've achieved some kind of boss level, and I want to share that with everyone out there. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. Thank you for tuning in today. Please like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on those notifications. It helps the algorithm suggest this channel and this program to anyone out there that you think needs it. Please leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you're grateful for today. I am grateful for you for tuning in. I am grateful for lots of things. I am grateful for 8 things and my foundation 8, and then I elaborate and build on that. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck, and we will see you with more gratitude later. Bye.